Welcome to my audience. This is the Thursday Executive Brief. 5 minutes, 1 leadership challenge, 3 executive moves, 1 action for the week. No theory, no fluff, just execution. So let's get to it. Welcome back to the Executive 5. Let's get right into it. Today's episode, Comfort is Lowering Your Standards. Some of the biggest damage in leadership does not come from bad people, bad strategy, or bad markets. It comes from one quiet mistake. Protecting people from the standard because they are familiar to you, because they have been with you a long time, because they are loyal, because you like them, because correcting them feels uncomfortable. And that is where culture starts to weaken. Not in one dramatic collapse, but in small tolerated declines that everybody sees and nobody names. What's the challenge here? This is one of the hardest tensions in leadership. You care about the person, so you delay the conversation. You soften the expectation. You tell yourself it is not that serious. You hope it will correct itself. But the team is watching. They notice who gets challenged and who gets protected. They notice when standards are real for some people and flexible for others. They notice when loyalty starts outranking accountability. And the message they take from that is simple. Standards are negotiable here. That is how strong cultures erode. Not because leaders are cruel, but because they are too uncomfortable to confront drift early. A lot of leaders think being nice preserves trust. It does not. In the long run, unclear standards damage trust far more than honest correction ever will. So what are the 3 moves that we can apply here? Move number 1, separate person from standard. The first move is to stop merging care with compromise. You can value someone deeply and still hold the line. In fact, if you really care about their growth, their contribution, and the health of the team, then holding the line is part of the care. Too many leaders act as if correction means rejection. It does not. It means clarity. The standard is not an attack on the person. The standard is the condition that protects performance, fairness, and culture. Care personally, enforce professionally, never confuse those two. Move number 2, make standards visible. A hidden standard is not a standard. It's a private hope. If excellence only exists in your head, do not be surprised when people miss it. Strong leaders make standards visible, and they define what good looks like. They name what is expected. They remove ambiguity. Because once expectations are visible, conversations become cleaner. Now you are not correcting personality, you are referring back to an agreed standard. That changes everything. It removes drama, it removes guessing, it removes the excuse of I did not know. If the standard matters, write it down, say it clearly, repeat it often. Move number 3, correct early. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. A 5% drift is usually a conversation. A 40% drift becomes a problem, a pattern, and sometimes a fallout moment. Early correction is not harsh, it is respectful. It says I'm not going to let this get bigger than it needs to be. It says I care enough about the team and about your performance to address this while it is still small. Many leaders avoid early correction because they want peace. But delayed correction does not create peace. It creates resentment, inconsistency, and a slow drop in standards. Say it early, say it calmly, say it clearly. That is leadership. And your weekly challenge? This week, it's very simple. Identify one area where you have been tolerating small performance drift because the person is familiar, loyal, or likable. Address it this week, not emotionally, not aggressively, just clearly. Hold the standard. Culture is not built by what you preach when things are easy. It is built by what you protect, what you correct, and what you refuse to ignore. Comfort is expensive when it starts lowering the bar. And next Thursday, we tackle another leadership mistake that costs more than most people realize. You are solving the wrong problem. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next week, Thursday. And that was it for today. Remember, precision beats intensity every time. Execute the move, run the challenge, and I'll see you next Thursday for the next Executive Brief.